Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The 3 Count. I'm War Machine MJ, he's
Dicky.
and we are the 3 Count Mafia.
Uh-huh.
Now this is the network episode of 3CM, or the 3 Count, my bad, where we talk about 205 Live and NXT UK.
Yeah.
NXT this week was just a clip show followed by Cassius Ohno versus Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
We didn't watch it.
Well, I watched Matt Riddle versus Cash Ohno. It was a decent match. Of course, Matt won. Afterwards, he tried to extend some sportsmanship to Cassius Ohno.
Mm-hmm.
He walked away. He came back in. He thought about it. But basically, played the heel tactics.
Suckered him in.
Yeah, basically suckered him in. And then afterwards, he threw him up against the steps for a while. And he held up his hand and did like this. Basically mocking the fist bump.
Yeah.
So
definitely no love lost there.
Yeah, and they also announced the nominees for the NXT Year-End Awards.
Yeah, and they're going to hand out the awards on the pre-show to take over Blackpool.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not Blackpool, my bad. Phoenix.
Yeah.
Take over Phoenix.
Take over Phoenix.
If it sounds like we're a little exhausted, we just got there watching Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Oh.
Boy.
Oh. Yeah, we never gave a rating for that gauntlet match, though.
I'd say 2.5.
I'd say 3, mostly because I was amused by
Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah, Suzuki's antics.
The angriest madman on the planet.
Best wrestler on the planet.
Yeah.
Don't at me, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, we kicked off 205 Live with Kalisto versus Lio Rush.
Now, as General Manager Drake Maverick announced, there were going to be some qualifying matches to determine who would face Buddy Murphy in a fatal four-way to determine for the Cruiserweight Championship at the Royal Rumble.
Pre-show.
Pre-show.
I have a feeling it's going to be pre-show.
Yeah. I would, but would not be shocked if it's on the main card.
I would be shocked if it's on the main card.
Yeah, but we'll see. We have from now to, the 27th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this was a really good match. A little long, but a pretty good match.
Oh, yeah, this episode of NXT... Oh, damn it. 205 Live was pretty good.
Yeah, just 2 matches. Basically the qualifying matches, but this Kalisto-Lio Rush match, I mean, it was really balls to the wall, back and forth. It was, like I said, it was a pretty good match.
It was a pretty good match. Lio Rush looked to have the match put away, but he kept getting distracted by the rest of the Lucha House Party.
Mm-hmm.
And after, he messed around with Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik,
Mm-hmm.
Kalisto rolled up Lio Rush and punched his ticket to Phoenix.
Yeah. So Kalisto will be moving on to the Fatal 4-Way. Then we had Drew Gulak taking on Akira Tozawa.
Mm-hmm. Yet another good match.
This match was a little longer than the first one, but, I mean, they tore it up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you had a clash of styles as opposed to the first match.
Yeah. I mean, Drew Gulak with his technical prowess, and Akira Tozawa Tozawa's awesome, but he's just all over the place.
He's caught between a reckless style and a strong style.
Yeah.
So.
And both these styles mesh together to create one great match. And in the end, Akira Tozawa is going to move on to Phoenix. So it'll be Buddy Murphy, Kalisto, and Akira Tozawa thus far. Next week it will be Cedric Alexander taking on Hideo Itami.
Now, before we move on to NXT UK this week, Drake Maverick did announce that he plans on making 205 Live the hottest brand of 2019 because he said he's been in contact with other general managers so we could see new faces on 205 Live.
Yeah, it's got me curious about this. Of course, Mustafa Ali now on SmackDown. I mean, they could bring up some nice talent, if you will, on 205 Live. I'd actually think Tyler Breeze would do pretty good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I mean, they're not really doing with him. They're not really doing much with them on the main roster. So why not give him a shot on the cruiserweight division?
Him, Zack Ryder.
Yes.
A whole bevy of names. I just hope they don't use this as an excuse to call up Johnny Gargano or Ricochet to 205.
because they are way beyond 205, especially Gargano and especially the likes of Ricochet with the style that he has. They're so much better on NXT or SmackDown or Raw, but 205, hell no.
Right now, I would debut him in upper mid card.
On Raw or SmackDown?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think Ricochet could definitely have a strong showing in the mid card.
Yeah.
As far as Johnny Gargano, not that I'm saying he wouldn't, but I feel like Ricochet would do better.
Well, Ricochet would get more spotlight because of his moveset. He does all the, to quote Vader, all the flippy shit.
Yeah. Well, to quote most people, flippy shit.
Yeah, but Vader started the flippy shit.
Yeah, he did.
But Johnny Boy, he doesn't shine as bright because he's got a more technical style.
Mm-hmm. But he would do pretty good on either brand. Whatever brand you put him on, except 205 Live, he and Ricochet are just going to shine completely.
Oh, yeah, especially if you put him on SmackDown where the real wrestling happens.
Yes.
Anyway, we start off NXT UK with episode 21.
Yes, the Kiwi Buzzsaw, Travis Banks, kicked off the show, and he took on Jamie Ahmed. Of course, Travis won.
With the slice of heaven.
Yes, that's a nice name.
That is.
I actually like that name. Until the Irish Ace, Jordan Devlin, came out there, and he basically called him out. Called him out to a match for NXT UK Takeover Blackpool, and said, "You should never, ever bet on the Ace."
Well, he said that after he insulted Travis Banks' love for his country, his family, saying, I'm pretty sure your ma doesn't know what you look like anymore.
That was pretty harsh.
That was
pretty harsh.
Because he was pointing out the fact that Travis Banks has gone all over the world to hone his craft and to make a name for himself.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see this pretty much lead up to a match at TakeOver Blackpool. Then we moved on to tag team match, and we had Amir Jordan and the Luckian Kenny Williams taking on Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner.
Marcel Barthel. This guy is a license to print money.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
not to cut you off, but I have grown to like this guy.
Yeah, it's... Okay, he was a enhancement talent in NXT. And, he wasn't like a squish victim. He actually had some good showcases.
Mm-hmm.
But NXT UK is just a bigger platform to shine because he carries himself well.
Yeah.
He wrestles amazingly.
Yes, and like I said, he can do some real big things on the NXT UK brand, especially the regular NXT brand. He can do some big things. I keep thinking of that match he had with EC3 at that LA house show that they aired on the network, and he has a pretty nice moveset, and if you put him in the right position, as you can see, they got him with Fabian Eichner. The sky's the limit for Marcel.
And later on in episode 22, we heard him cut a promo, and it was really good.
It really was. But in the end, Marcel and Fabian got the win. Then they showed Razzie at the building where they're having TakeOver.
Yeah.
And there was...
Wait. Was it where they were having TakeOver, or was it before one of their shows in Blackpool?
I don't know. He was at some building. I forgot what he said.
All I just remember is, I'm here before the doors open.
I guess for tickets or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, they showed Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo, and they were talking about what happened the week prior. And Tony Storm basically said, you know what? You had a strong showing, basically paraphrasing what she said, but if you want to get into that title picture, you have to go through me. So she challenged her to a match. Deonna accepted. So on the next episode, we would see these two have a really good match.
Oh, yeah. Then we closed out episode 22 with... Oh, wait, no.
21.
Besides that, second to last. We had the return of Candy Floss.
Yeah, Candy Floss taking on Jenny. Pretty much squished. Jenny won.
Candy Floss had a good showing, but
yeah,
of course Jenny was going to steamroll over Candy Floss.
Yeah. Then we move on to the main event.
Now we close out the show.
Yeah, now we close out the show. It was Gallus represented by Wolfgang and Mark Coffey. Yeah.
I'm not going to do the howl. There are people trying to sleep.
Yeah. They took on Mustache Mountain. So this was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed this match though.
Oh yeah, definitely a great outing for both these teams, especially Mustache Mountain.
Yeah.
Towards the end, when things were not going in Gallus' favor, Mark Coffey summons in Joe Coffey, and before Joe Coffey could do anything, out comes the Bruiserweight.
Yeah, Pete Dunne came down to the ring to help his British strong style mates, and there was a brawl outside the ring involving these two.
Mustache Mountain picked up the victory with their lariat dragon suplex combo.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Pretty neat. But Mustache Mountain, they went on to the semifinals, I guess if you can call it a tournament.
Well, finals.
Yeah, well, the final. They moved on to the finals, thank you. Anyway,
they punched their ticket to Blackpool.
Basically what we're trying to say. Afterwards, Mark and the crew tried to take out Mustache Mountain. Of course, Pete Dunne had to even the odds, and British Strong Style stood tall, and that's how.
No, they didn't stand tall. The cameras cut out while they were brawling.
Oh.
So we ended the show with a brawl. Which I like that. We don't normally get that.
Yeah. So then we move on to episode 22, where Toni Storm took on Deonna Purrazzo. This was a really good match.
I mean, it started off friendly competition. You know, handshakes, smiles, good job, one-upsmanship.
Yep.
And then things got a little chippy when Toni Storm extended her hand and Deonna just kicked it.
Yeah. And they just turned it up a notch. I mean,
I love it because there was far too much handshaking.
Yeah, too much friendliness in this match. You got to have some aggressiveness every now and then.
Oh, Toni Storm was aggressive. She was aggressively friendly.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about Deonna Purrazzo. She was aggressively... aggressively aggressive. She was aggressively angry. Let's just say that. But
she was aggressively aggressive.
But in the end, Toni Storm hit the Storm Zero to get the victory. Out comes the NXT United Kingdom Women's Champion, the Mosh Pit Kid herself, Rhea Ripley, basically showing her the belt, saying, you know what? You're not going to win this because I'm going to stand tall at TakeOver Blackpool. You want this? You got to go through me.
Yep. Next we had Josh Marcel getting his redemption, going against the Wild Boar Mike Hitchman. Now, if you forgot who Josh
Morrell,
thank you. I forgot who he was. Anyway, if you forget who he was the guy Eddie Dennis sucker punched last week.
And just scoop slammed on the stage.
Still can't get over, like, he was hyping up the crowd and sucker punched.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had a match against Wild Boar Mike Hitchman.
And of course, Mike Hitchman won the match. So
Mark Hitchman, his brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm coming around to Mike Hitchman.
You know what? I've liked him. You know, the show's been around for a few weeks now, and I've grown to like him. He has a real good character.
Yeah, he's like a UK version of Rhino.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see those two throw down though.
Oh, they have a really good match.
Especially like Mike Hitchman's contacts.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we moved on to Bomber Dave Massive taking on Eddie Dennis, but let's just go ahead and say this: it just ended in a double DQ.
Yeah, they beat a count out and just started beating the hell out of each other till the referee tried to pull them away. They both shoved the ref, double disqualification. They're just like, what the hell's going on? Then they said, screw it, went back to beating the hell out of each other.
What got me was when they pushed the referee just stood there like, what the fuck? Like, what
hey,
are you doing?
You can't do that.
Yeah, like, hey, you can't touch me. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Double DQ.
You know what? If this was New Japan, referee would have shoved him back.
Yeah.
Just be like...
Especially Red Shoes.
Yeah, Red Shoes don't take shit.
Or Tiger or Tori.
Tiger don't take shit.
No.
He don't get paid to take shit.
No.
Anyway, while they were fighting, Sid Scala came out and tried to break it up. To no avail.
To no avail.
Then Johnny Saint came out to break it up. And he said, at NXT UK Blackpool TakeOver, That poor man. He botched the line.
Again, like I said off camera, he tried.
He tried.
I mean, it's like it's so much to say NXT UK takeover Blackpool, but I like I said, he tried.
Maybe he's just not that good with his lines.
Yeah.
You know what? More power to him for trying, but that poor man. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to get a, did he say no disqualification?
Yeah, no disqualification.
No disqualification match between Dave Mastiff and Eddie Dennis at TakeOver Blackpool.
Mm-hmm. They announced that next week we'll have a semi-final match. As far as the tag team titles go, it'll be the Grizzled Young Veterans, Liverpool's #1, and Drake Maverick.
No, James Drake.
Oh, James Drake. It's Drake Maverick, James Drake.
They'll be taking on Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
Now, before we forget about it, there was the aforementioned backstage promo with Marcel Barthel.
Mm-hmm.
He and
Fabian
Eichner, thank you, were yelling at Sid Scala saying, we deserve to be in this tag team semifinals, not Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. And Marcel Barthel, he just gave out this really great cryptic-ass speech.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
And Sid basically said to them, look, guys, I've seen your actions. We have seen your actions. And if you even think about getting involved in that match, you will be out of here as fast as you came. So you are not getting that spot, and the match is official.
Yeah.
And they just walked out. No, Fabian Eichner looked like he just wanted to punch a hole through his face, and Marcel was just like, whoa. Let's go, bro. We'll deal with this later.
Compose yourself. 9.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mark Andrews, Flash Morgan Webster, they are losing the fuck out of that match.
Of course.
It was also announced that next week's show we will get the first ever match with British Strong Style on WWE TV.
Yes, it will be. Well, while we're leading into this, let's talk about the contract signing.
Well, before we get to that,
Yeah.
I mean, we're already here. It will be British Strong Style against Gallus.
Yes.
6-man tag action. Take it away, Rodimus.
Okay. It was a contract signing to make the UK Championship match official at TakeOver Blackpool between Joe Coffey and Pete Dunne. You know, they came out there looking all dapper, looking all swaggish like.
Dabber?
Yeah.
Dapper.
Yeah, dapper. That's what. Yeah.
Swaggish. I question your vocabulary sometimes.
I mean, I was trying to. That's the first thing that came to mind.
Swaggish. They came out there kind of swag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of swag, but not really swag.
Yeah. But they weren't like Booker T's boy swag.
I like
As far as you remember Jack Swagger when he called him my boy swag.
My boy swag.
Anyway, they were looking clean. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Joe coming out there looking like a British Inspector Gadget, and Pete Dunne with his
sockless loafers. Why do people do that? Whenever I wear shoes, I have to wear socks.
Yeah, I'm not obsessed with socks. Okay, in a way I am, but you know, if I'm gonna dress up, I have to have socks because like, you know, guys wearing the little pants that's like up to here. I mean, that's cool and all. If you want to dress like that, I ain't hating, but that's not me, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I gotta have my socks, bro.
I gotta have socks because I don't want my feet to blister.
Yeah. Basically, this was all Joe Coffey on the mic saying, you know, how long have you been champ? You want to know why? Because I haven't been here to stop you, but I am, because this is my kingdom, and at TakeOver Blackpool, I'm going to take your championship, and this is going to be my kingdom.
This will be my kingdom.
Yes. And he got up, signed the contract. Pete broke his finger.
Well, he got in Pete's face.
Yeah, he got in Pete's face, then signed the contract. And Pete just grabbed his hand and just snapped his finger like celery. And all he said was, you talk too much.
Well, I think he grabbed the finger, signed on the dotted line, said, you talk too much, clack.
Yeah. And then out came the rest of Gallus, and Joe Coffey basically laid him out by power bombing him through the table. And that's how we ended the show with Joe Colby standing tall with the championship in his hand.
Sorry, Joe, you're not picking up that title.
No, dog.
If anybody's going to pick up that title from Pete Dunne's carcass, it's going to be Walter.
Mm-hmm.
Which, want to go ahead and make bets that we'll see Walter at the Blackpool crowd?
I would be shocked if he's not there, but I think he'll be there.
Yeah, I hope so.
So that was NXT UK episodes 21 and 22. Takeover Blackpool, as we are recording this, is next Saturday.
Yeah, it's a week away.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's this episode of 3 Count. Don't forget to follow our brand on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to this motherfucking channel so you can be up to date with all of our videos as well as our live streams, because we just got through with our reaction live stream to Wrestle Kingdom 13.
Yes. And like we said, this year's show was definitely better than last year's. Almost every match.
Money.
5 stars.
Well, not every match was 5 stars, but pretty close.
Almost every match. Pretty close.
Anyway, as far as what we got coming up, we have review of Wrestle Kingdom 13.
Mm-hmm.
We have preview and review of Takeover Blackpool.
Mm-hmm.
We have preview and review of Takeover Phoenix and the Royal Rumble.
Outdoors.
I hope it rains.
Yes, first time ever outdoors at Chase Field.
I hope it rains on them hoes.
In Phoenix, Arizona. So yeah. What else?
After we get done recording this episode, we will finally record our year-end awards for 2018.
Yes, so stay tuned for that. Like Drake says, just wait on it.
Just wait on.
But other than that, that's what we got coming up for you for the month of January.
Yep. So that being said, I am the War Machine.
I'm Dicky.
And we will see you guys next time. Bang.